Welcome to the bonus round! Wasn't enough for you? You thought you needed more details? There were other ships you wanted me to talk about, but I didn't talk about them? Guess what? I made this before you even put it in the comments! How do you feel about that now? Alright, we're gonna run through other options you have to do other types of gameplay that are ridiculously overpriced in game, but technically you can do them. Coming right at ya. Alright, let's roll that intro. First off, I went back, double checked. It is the Razor LX. This ship is it's so amazing. It has a 1400 max speed, 275 combat speed. It is the racing variant. It is not the stealth variant with the extra shield. This is incorrect. It is 3 times. It used to be 3 times, but it is now just 2 times. But the other ones are just 1. So you're getting 2 size 1s. You're going to get 2 size 2 weapons. It flies like a hot knife through butter. It is tiny profile. I have video of me playing this ship and just going to town on VHRT bounties. As long as you have joysticks, especially if you're flying a Hosas, you can just fly this for days. So no idea what the Murray Cup is, but I hope to learn what that is. I like how there's actually like a picture of this one, but it's also like a total bat out of hell racer. Okay, so this thing is super good. It just anyway, just one of the best ships you can buy. So this is my PvP lineup though. Okay, so this ship is great for PvP. Another PvP option that you might want to have is the Deemer. All right, so this bad little boy packs. This thing is like guns with a ship attached to it. Flies super well. It's a total riot. It does technically hold 2 SCU of cardio, which is kind of a joke. 2 size 4s, pilot controlled weapons. And then it's got 2 size 6 turrets and 2 size 5 remote turrets. So people can sit right behind the captain, just computer into those turrets and just blitz the shite out of stuff. Some people will rip off these 85B ballistic Gatling weapons and put them on other ships. The Constellation ones are a good example where they'll lift these and put those on there because these ones you can't buy in ship. You can only get them from this ship and put them on other things, and they do ridiculous DPS. So that's a cool option. Another one is the Hammerhead. If you just want to go all out Corvette style fighting with a whole bunch of people, this thing is ball turrets with a ship attached to it. Well, I think 6 ball turrets? Yep, 6 ball turrets, 6 size 5s. Pilot has no controlled weapons though, so pilot is just there to try to maneuver this hulking mass around and I don't know, not just blow up caterpillars. Cool. That's it. This one runs 12.5 million AUC, by the way. This one 8.6. This one 1.8. You can see why I didn't recommend these in my other build guides. That's all I'm gonna say. This is gonna be like what 30 to 40 hours of gameplay in order to get this one. That's after you've grinded reputation. So maybe like 50 hours before you can get this ship, which again, 50 hours, not bad, especially if you're doing like working with an org. You can totally do it. Mantis, get that QT blocker. Stop people from leaving Quantum Drive. Pull people out of Quantum Drive. Suck them in. Wreck them with your 2 size 3s. Plus friends. Okay, so this ship is not the best flyer. It's pretty weak, but you can do something that most other ships can't. The Antares you can't buy in game right now. For all people are like, what about the Scorpius Antares? The field's not as large, and you can't do it. Okay, so I think the Mantis still has very much a role to play here. Then we're going to get into all-round combat ships. So you can use these for bounty hunting, and you can use them for PvP. Vanguard Sentinel is still one of my all-time favorites. The problem is that they're like, now when you do bounties, they match your class of ship to whatever the bounty target is. So VHRTs are just really tough in a Sentinel now because you're getting matched against Hurricanes. And you can win. You can do a 3-set, but that's pretty much it. EMP is really nice, and this one's cheaper than all the other Vanguards. This one just costs you about 2 million. So I previously had recommended people go either like a mining route, get a prospector, or a bounty route and get a sentinel, and then get the other one after they've earned enough money from that other choice. So I in the past had previously done mining and then got a VHRT ship. I think that's backwards. You should do it the other way around. You should get a bounty hunting ship and then do mining, but and just do rock mining when you're feeling that need to scratch that itch. But you do you. The Gladius, unparalleled in my opinion. Yes, I'm gonna have the arrow on after this one, but this one is just just about a little less than 1.2 million. This thing hits like so hard. It shows like the mantis on here, but it's just three size threes. It just comes with two panthers and a mantis as stock, but you can swap those all out for repeaters, which I recommend doing. You can also just have the two repeaters shoot through their shields and then blitz them with the cannon. It's also a totally legitimate way to play, especially when you're doing arena commanders. This is a great arena commander ship. The pledge isn't too stiff on this one. It's only 90, and you can get it on sale pretty often. Pledge value is not amazing at 13,000 AUC, but it's there, and the ship is well rounded. It's what the game is going to be based around, so it's always probably going to be good. Yep. The arrow is the other option for this one. For this one, you're getting two size threes, and then you get this little pilot controlled turret that's going to give you two size ones. So it's not as much damage as the Gladius, but it's pretty close. It's smaller, it's lighter. This one goes 200 combat speed, 16 by 12 by 4. This one is 20 by 17 by 5.5. So bigger in every way by about 5 meters, except for height, it's only 1.5. Yeah. So 4, 5, 1.5. So you do the math on that one. The mass here, 50,000. Mass here, 32. Max speed, 1236, 1235, 208, 200. So the Gladius is just a little bit faster. But I think it burns engines a little strong. It burns engines a little faster. I just don't love the cockpit on this one. The cockpit on the showing too far ahead. The cockpit on the Gladius is just beautiful. It's just a joy to fly. The arrow is utilitarian for me. Like it's like, yeah, I technically the stats are here. Technically they're still both size twos, but technically the stats are here, but it's not for me. So that's why it's my backup. And the price differential is pretty similar. Okay, so you can rent the arrow though, and you can't rent the Gladius. So try out the arrow and you'll find out. It's only about 20,000 for a day. The blade is amazing to fly, except for one thing. There's one thing that ruins the ship for me, and it's that they need to change the colors of the displays. Come on, Hesperia, you're just adapting alien tech. You could have just done different LEDs. Make them orange, for heaven's sake. I don't care. Just not red. It's impossible to see targets or notifications like you're out of missiles or your engines are overheating or you are out of lasers. Like the red draws the human eye the fastest, right? So not being able to see and distinguish that red is really annoying because everything else, all of your HUDs, all of your displays, everything is red in the cockpit. Other than that, the weapons got to pass a couple of patches to go, and they are legit. The two size 3 Warlord cans and the two size 2 Wasp repeaters are amazing. These slap super hard. The cannons slap super hard. They do tons of damage, and the repeaters are pretty strong as well. The 8 arrow ones are, I don't get it, but whatever. But this one is expensive at 3.3, but you can buy it in game, and it is a joy to fly. So this one is really good. A lot of people like flying these ones, or a group of Talons are also something a lot of people like to do. Let's see if we can, if it's going to show Talons anywhere. I'm going to give you the scythe. Just the regular Talon. Here you go. This one is 2 size 4 gimbal mounted size 3 light strikes. So smaller weapons, but they do a lot of damage. These are just flimsy, and if stuff gets knocked off, you get really bad torque imbalances. I don't really love the cockpit on this one, though it is a little bit better than the blade. Blade is still my strong recommendation here. Then you can also get an Ares. And although the targeting on these, and they totally nerfed the hell out of these things, they're still super fun to fly. They are so sleek. It's so sexy. Flying a Crusader is just like taking a bath in heavy whipping cream. It's just unctuous, soft, luxurious, glorious. Okay, go try it out. Just rent. I don't. I think you can rent these right now. No, I guess you can't. But just wait for a free fly event, and you can try it out. 3 million is a bit stiff for a ship that's nerfed. That's why it's the bottom of my list. But it's on there. So this is that runs that are all round combat ships. So you can use these for VHRTs. You can also use them sometimes for PvPs. Oh, also the other thing about the ship is it comes with 12 size 3 missiles. So you can like less helpful for the Ares since you're just hitting it with Gatlings anyway. And I do recommend the Inferno over the Ion. Sorry, the Inferno, just because it deals so much more damage, and I feel like the ballistics are a little bit more clean, and it's not a cannon, so you can hit things that move a little faster. The Ion, your lasers come back because it's just a cannon, and the cannon is just like strapped to the ship. But it's fun to fly. It's just I recommend this one more. You'll know when you fly it. But the one nice thing about the Ion is you can kill their shields really quickly and then just shove a bunch of missiles up their bum. Um, if you like dumbfire on a hammerhead, I don't know, like an empty spot in the shield, for example, you could do a whole bunch of damage there. Size 3s do actually pack a punch. They're not size 5s. They're definitely not size 9s, but they are pretty strong. Coming to our next one though is racing, and you're gonna see the reprise of the LX. Just get it, man. Just get the LX. But if you really want to min max, you gotta get the Archimedes. Though technically the max speed and the combat speeds are less. This thing is just so small. The boost comes back so quickly. It just flies amazingly. The weaponry is going to give you 4 size 1s. It just is. It's just fantastic. It's just a joy to fly. For some reason, I thought this was 2 size 1s and a size 2 single on the front, but it's it's 4 size 1s, huh? That doesn't seem right to me. But if you guys know differently, let me know in the comments down below. But we're just gonna go. We're gonna go with the wiki. It's sometimes wrong, but often right. This blocks your ability to see as a pilot, though. It's super obnoxious. They just need to like slant it down a little further. Even if you're just like looking off the barrel as if it was like iron sights, that would even be fine. But I just need it below the crosshairs. And I wish that like this whole front knob was gone. Like get rid of this. Like cut it back. I'm not even doing quantum. Like cut it back to here. I just have the gun poking out. So I was like just looking over my gun. That would be it. That would be the deal. And you could do like that fuel nozzle as like a third attachment. Like we're living it way off into the future. And you're telling me we haven't figured out how to put the fuel nozzle as a single hose instead of as a separate attachment below it with a bubble with like a penis head. Come on, get out of here. Get out of here. Anyway, ship is super fun. Note that doesn't come with a quant drive, so don't just go buy this one thinking you're gonna fly somewhere else with it because you're not. You can buy it on Warbond or standalone for 35 or 30. It's pretty cheap. Though the pledge value is trash at 4,000. So if you just like always want to have it in your inventory, you can do that for relatively cheap. But like all ground vehicles, it's just not worth the money in my opinion. Not at all. Especially when it only costs 150 in game. The M50, not as good as the Razor. It's an option. It's a cheaper option at 1.2. It's gonna come with 2 size 2s. And then it's gonna have a two. I think this says 2 size 1s, but I think it's just 1 size 1. A lot of these snups were nerfed. So anyway, it's on this list. Last section. Oh no, there are 2 sections left. Mining. There's only one other mining option, which is the mole. This one comes with 3 turrets. Some people will have like 1 as an extractor, 2 as miners doing 2 different types of lasers that can get really nice benefits for each other. You can crack through big quantanium rocks with this bad boy. You can hold a whole bunch of minerals inside of it. Um, Many hands make for light work is a great line for this ship. It's good. It also holds 96 SCU too, so you can actually like ship stuff with it. And that is different from the like the mined ore tanks that you have. So like the prospector can't actually haul anything. It doesn't have any cargo space. Just as a good foil to this one. Last on the mining section, I've actually put the Reclaimer on here. The Vulture, when it comes out, will be a much better bang for the buck in your real first introduction, but you can get a Reclaimer to go whole strip ships and eventually crunch entire ships, steal their components, sell those off. It is a capital size ship. It feels very dated. The interior rework planned hopefully happens sometime soon, but it is on the patch watch, and yeah, I don't know. It just really needs it. Has been added to the salvage deck, so it has 180 SCU. So you can just strip stuff down. It does also come with some weapons. You get one size 6, and you get 6 size 6s as well. Remote turrets. So these ones are fun. Remote turrets are like this says 12 by size 3s, but this is actually 2 each. So it's just 2 size 3s, whereas these are 2 size 5s. So remote turrets aren't as powerful, but they're nice because the operators can do the turrets, or they can do the tractor beams or the salvage arm. So you can have people doing different things. It is an interesting ship, and it looks a little like a tarantula to me. What do you guys think it looks like? Anyway, Vulture is a better option though. We're just waiting for that to come out. I'm waiting for it to come out to try out the gameplay loop, to be 100% honest with all of you guys. Last but not least, all rounders. The big kahunas, what everybody's trying to afford, the Karak. Almost 500 SCU of cargo, 4 to 6 crew members. You get, if you pledge these, you get the Pisces and the Ursa. You get the Expedition variant. You get the Pisces Expedition. I highly recommend that one. The pledge here though is $600. If you're gonna pledge the Galaxy when it comes up for sale again, and then just get this on loaner. So everybody freaking out about the Galaxy and all the controversy of the Galaxy, and granted it's there. I just buy things for what they are in the game right now, for the fun that I can have right now. I do hedge those bets a little bit based on changes they might make to the things that I like, but that's really all I do. You can melt your ships and buy something else later. It's pretty easy. Anyway, you can put a Pisces in here, fly it off, and do little missions with it. It has a med bay that you can bedlog and also store your carbon imprint at. So if you die, you will be rezzed to this ship instead of back at a different facility. You can totally do it with multiple people. Claim time is 45 minutes on this thing though, so just keep that in mind. And the fee is 22,500. So this is not for the faint of heart. Combat speed, bank speed actually aren't terrible on this thing. It actually can move it pretty well. It's pretty fun. That's gonna stay in contrast to our last one, but the biggest kahuna of them all in terms of price is the 890 jump. It just we forgot to check. So combat speed is 80 versus 900, so this just really is like a slow cruising vessel. But what you can do, you get an 85X included with this one. You're also supposed to get another like ground vehicle, but I don't think they've made it yet. So anyway, don't sell it on future stuff. You get 2 size 6 man turrets, 2 size 6 remote turrets. Again, what they say, I don't know why these ones are 2 size 4s instead of the 2 size 5s that you saw in some of the other ships like the Reclaimer. And then you get 4 size 6 remote turrets with missile racks on them, which is cool but strange. And the pilot, I think, gets some missiles that they can fire themselves. Size 3s. Oh, whoops. Going the wrong way again. Coming back here, weaponry on the Karak. 1 size 5 remote turret, 3 size 5 remote turrets. So the Karak does not have as much firepower as the A90 jump, which is not necessarily what you would expect, but considering how slow it moves, it is what you would hope. And it is a beauty. It's a thing to behold. If you want to see what these feel like, wait for them to be broken. But there are 890 jump missions where you can go kill pirates that have invaded them, and you can walk around the whole interior, getting a sense for how they feel, what they look like. And when the game is broken, you can sometimes fly off with them. So that happened at the beginning of 318. So anyway, I hope this rounds out all of the dreams, hopes, and visions you might have. You might also fit into this all-rounder category. Yeah, Corsair, Connie. We already covered those on my other list. So this is just everything else. But if you really do feel like I've forgotten something, please let me know. Until next time, friends, I'm going to take a nap because this was an exhausting back-to-back fiat of videos, but I hope you enjoy them. Let me know if you want to see more stuff like this. If you just want me to get back to reviewing individual ships and walkarounds, let me know. I'll do that too. But until next time, good luck out there. Have some fun. Keep on gaming, and may it be worth your time. Bye for now.